The tax amendments which were proposed by the Prime Minister will come into effect only after the proposal is passed in Parliament. Economists point out that the proposal, which is aimed at increasing the revenue of the government, would have an impact on a number of sectors.
Individuals and companies were granted concessions through the 2016 budget, and these concessions are proposed to be removed. Accordingly, personal tax has increased from 17.5% to 26%, while a profit after tax of 24% will be introduced to corporates through these amendments. Although it was proposed to increase the value of tax-free income to 2.4 million rupees under the 2016 budget, this has been brought back to 600,000 rupees under the proposed amendment. Accordingly, those earning in excess of 600,000 rupees per year will be liable to pay taxes. The capital gains tax that was previously removed from the sale of listed shares of the Colombo Stock Exchange will be re-implemented as well. Accordingly, capital gains from the sale of assets of immovable property such as houses and land will also fall under this tax. In the meantime, the nation building tax will come into effect in respect of the supply of electricity, lubricants and telecommunication services. The proposed amendment will also see an increase in value-added tax to 15% from the 8 to 12% that is presently in effect. Economists point out, however, that the general public will stand to gain from this tax that has been removed from essential items. Telecommunication services, private education services and private health services will also be liable for VAT. Economists state that this amendment can be viewed as an expansion of the net that has been cast to capture high-income earners.
The repealing of the Prevention of Terrorism Act stirred a debate in Parliament today.
You have not answered the main point I made. You are committed to repealing the Prevention of Terrorism law. How can you morally or legally justify holding these persons in custody any longer when you have made that commitment to the international community? Secondly, such persons were released in 1971. They were released in 1988, 1989. Why are the present persons in custody being treated differently? Is that not suggestive of blatant discrimination? If you discriminate in this way, how can there be reconciliation in this country? You have not answered those two important questions.
That is not a question that I can answer. It is a policy decision to be made by the government of Sri Lanka. I am as a minister, I can't make a statement on that. But if the government decides to abolish it, they will abolish it. And if they can't, if they don't want to abolish it, there will be certain reasons for it. I can't comment on that now.
So that you make certain commitments to the international community. We are going to repeal the Prevention of Terrorism Act.
So that's
if you are going to repeal that act, how can you hold this person in custody?
Sir, Honourable Foreign Minister just mentioned.
Responding on behalf of the government, you should be able to answer that question.
Yes, sir.
You can't say, I can't answer on behalf of the government.
It is the Honourable Foreign Minister just commented now that the repealing of that act is under process.
We are a government that has pledged to uphold and promote and protect the human rights and dignity of all. We lost too many lives on all sides in all parts of our country for long years as a result of action of this nature and as a result of violent conflict. We cannot afford repetition. We don't want to see repetition, and we cannot lose any more lives in connection with the conflict that is long over. And if we want to ensure non-recurrence, this is the moment in time, moment in history, we have to win everyone over. The hearts and mind, as President Sirisena constantly says, are more important than the bricks and mortar of development.